Hi friends, Jennifer here with Moreau Family Farm. So things didn't work out quite the way that I was hoping that they would. If you guys notice, all of the goats are out again because we took down the white netting fence that we had. We bought an electric charger for the fence, and the charger I think does work fine. The problem is the fence that we bought was a really cheap fence. I'm not gonna lie. It was probably one of the cheapest ones I can find on Amazon. And I just don't know if it was made properly or something. I'm somewhat tempted to get a Premier One fencing, but they're expensive. So I honestly am not sure what we're gonna do right now with the goats and the fencing situation. Something that I think would be really nice is to do a wood fence from that corner post, that wood post that needs to be probably repaired or replaced, most likely. It looks like it's kind of rotting out a little bit, that one right there. So we'll probably have to put a new post right there and do like a wood fence in this area right here, to where the baby goats can't get out, and then finish the fencing from there to the back of the property line, behind this metal shed. And so just do wood fencing here and here, and then do electric from this corner down to wherever we decide to go, and just do like a nice rectangular over in this area, and let this area just be for the goats, the female goats anyways, not the males. We have the boy goats over in that pasture area over there, but if we put a nice fence here and electrified this whole area in here, then I think that would be really nice. And then we don't have to worry about any of the goats running around crossing the street, not street, but crossing that driveway that's right over there that goes all the way to the back. The people that drive back here seem to be, compassionate enough to where they're not flying down this dirt road, and they're not trying to hit the goats or anything like that. When they see them, they slow down and let them cross, and that is good, but it's not good that our goats are just running loose. We have been very lucky though. They don't really tend to go to the front area of the house. They stay, from the back section of our house this way, but over in the peanut field. They really like it over there. But if we can keep them over here, so I'm thinking possibly even extending, if you see where those gates are over there, pushing that back a little bit and give them a nice big area, as big as we can go, which it really wouldn't be that much work. The most amount of work, oh hi Bella, the most amount of work would just be doing the wood fencing through here and over here. Running electric is really easy. Running electric fencing is very easy. It's just buying the wire mesh. I think we used all of the wire that we had when we did the electric fence over there for the boys. So we would have to pick up another roll. And that stuff is kind of pricey. It's, golly, I want to say it's a little over $100, maybe $200. Gosh, I can't remember. But I know it's not cheap. But then again, nothing with farming is cheap. Nothing in reality is cheap. Even groceries and everything else nowadays. It could be a light bulb. And, nothing is cheap anymore. That's for sure. But we have the metal posts. I think we should still have a good amount of metal posts, I think. Oh, maybe not, because that's right. We did have to buy some. I see. We have a few bunches of metal posts over there, and sporadically there's some metal posts. And if we take up the metal posts that are along this fence, there's a couple sitting over here. I think we should be able to round up enough metal posts to get us, because it would have to be an L shape. So it would have to go from the fence line over there to however far we go over here. From this point of the posts, we would just run a straight line. So if we can contain the goats in one area right here, that would work. We already have the gate, so that's good. And we could technically drive in there. We actually have an extra gate that we bought, because we bought two, I think 10-foot gates. So we have another one, and we could potentially put another gate like at the very end. So if we had to drive through here and drive out, we could. But obviously we have this big gate here. So if we had to go out in the pasture, we would just go through this gate and not really have to worry about. So there really is no need to put a big gate on like the other end. Maybe a small 4-foot gate or something like that, just so we can easily get in and out. If honestly, I think we have enough material around here to where we can just build a small gate. I was looking for the cows earlier and I just spotted them. There's one. So I was thinking about that the other day, like, how can we really just do something around here that's gonna make some sense instead of wasting our time? And I really think that that's gonna be the best choice. But then this is another area where our goats stay, because this is where we milk them in the morning. We have the 2 stalls over here, which we are still currently, working on getting them. Look, they just want to hang out everywhere. They can go anywhere they want, but they're just hanging out. This one, she's cute. This is Taffy. Taffy is Ruby's little girl, and we will be keeping her. You got an itch? You got an itch? Yeah? Hazel's in here. We brought her over on this side because her udder is definitely growing, and yesterday her ligaments in the back felt a little soft, so I pulled her in just in case. But today I'm thinking that they're not as soft as what I thought they were, or she's just not quite ready yet. She's getting there, but she's not ready yet. I have absolutely no idea when she got bred. I just noticed that her udder started filling up again, and I'm like, holy cow, I think she's pregnant again. And she started to fill out a little bit, so she must have got pregnant. Well, it had to have been 5 months ago, right after she had Cookie. She must have instantly got pregnant. The boys were running loose. If you guys remember, we were having issues with our fencing even back then. We had changed around a lot of things. We've only been in this house for 6 months, so we had to very quickly put fencing up for our animals, because we moved from Alabama here to South Georgia with all of our animals, and we knew that there was some sort of fencing, but we had absolutely no idea what the fencing was like, if there was holes in the fence and whatever else. So our number one priority before even working on the interior of the house was trying to get up some fencing. So we did, and when we did that, unfortunately the goats were still getting out because we tried to put it up so fast. So right after Hazel, she was the first one to have a baby on the farm, and she had little Cookie. And I think right after she had her, I would say probably with the next month, because if you do the math properly, that's when it seems she must have gotten pregnant around August. But yeah, I saw her with Peter, so I can only assume that Peter is the dad. Like, I didn't see her with Peter. I saw her around Peter, but we didn't have any kind of stalls at that time. We didn't have any other fencing at that time. We had nowhere to put these girls. They were just all over the place. And it's been exciting, to say the least. It's been a nightmare, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's been irresponsible. It's been I mean, there's really nothing else to say. The only thing I can say about it is if the goats were out in the wild, this is what they would be doing naturally. So at this point, they're just kind of doing whatever is natural to them. And, that's fine. It's just not planned. There's no planned pregnancies, really. So, you feel like an irresponsible parent at that point. But it's okay. In the goat and farming world, I feel like it's okay. Just as a parent, I feel irresponsible. But we will get there. Eventually, we will get there. Now, I do know for sure that there is no way these boys are getting out now. They will not cross that electric fence. That fence is hot. It hurts. And just the other day, or last week I should say, I put some chicken fencing in the front of that gate so they cannot squeeze out anymore, because Mr. Our little buckskin buck out there, he kept on coming through the gate in the front. He's a sneaky little guy, that one. But he has not gotten out since I did that, so I think it's working just fine. So as far as that is concerned, there should be no more irresponsible breeding as we go forward. Hopefully. Speaking of irresponsible breeding, I'm just going to be honest with you guys that I briefly mentioned, I think I briefly mentioned how Lady, our female Rottweiler, is pregnant. She got out and I saw her and Sergeant, our male Rottweiler. They're both AKC registered. They come from great bloodlines. They had a litter back in July, so that's why I feel irresponsible. I wanted to wait one more cycle so she can have a break, but unfortunately God had other plans. They got together and she is due February 14th. So, we are going to have a bunch of little puppies running around here very soon. Very soon. So, that's a whole nother thing that we get to deal with. Not only are we working on the interior of this house, but we're also dealing with all these babies. Although the goat babies are so fun. Even puppies. They are so much fun. It's a lot of work, though. And when you got a lot of work to do inside, just thinking about a lot of work to do outside is just more added work. So, but again, everything's fine. We'll figure it all out. We always do. One cool thing is, though, we are getting our kitchen cabinets delivered at the end of the week, which I am super, super excited about. I don't think that they're going to be installed the same day. Probably, hopefully the next day. But we're supposed to be getting them on Friday. So we might not start installing them until Monday, because Antonio likes to take the weekend off, which I don't blame him one bit. He works hard the majority of the time, but he deserves a break. So not sure when they're going to start getting installed, but I know for sure that they're going to be here very, very soon. So I'm just super, super excited about that. Once the flooring is in, we'll be almost completely done. We'll just have like little things to do, like getting the barn doors up on the closets and stuff like that, which I don't need that kind of stuff done immediately. The only thing I do need done immediately is my kitchen put back together and a real floor. I'm tired of, living on plywood flooring. But hopefully we'll be there soon. I'm hoping within this month of February, hopefully we will be done with all of the major projects, and then we can start working on the little things. And again, for me, that would include working on the fencing. And then, do you guys have any suggestions for us of how you would fence in this area here to maybe connect it with that pasture area out there? I was thinking about connecting these two, not that shed. I think we're still going to continue to use that shed there as like our workshop shed. Keeping this as our little kid and milker barn, but attaching this to this shed over here and making this shed, because the whole floor in this shed especially needs to be ripped out. So we want to place this on the ground and maybe cut a hole in here and attach like do like a carport-ish kind of thing, and enclose it and have these two intertwined together, and make this like a little barn. Open up the back side of this shed and put like another door back here that can lead them into here. What do you guys think of that idea? You think that's something that we should do? Or, and obviously we would have to enclose, you know, from this shed to the wood and put like probably another wood fence here and one on the other side as well, just so when we lead them in and out, there's no way of escaping. But there's obviously that tree right there. So that tree it's really large, so it's gonna, you know, definitely take us some time to get that out. And I don't know if that tree could, you know, it could collapse on this and damage it more than what it already is. So I don't know, but what do you guys think? Can you think it would be a good idea to connect these two together? I don't know. One thing Antonio is really good at is, you know, like building door frames, doors, gates. He's really good at stuff like that. Latches. They might not be perfect, but they're cool. I like the rustic stuff that he ends up doing. I think I told you in one of the other videos that we did fix the fencing, and now the cows get to kind of do whatever they want to do also. So they get to roam all of the 23 acres and they cannot get out. The fence is working great. There is no more escaping. And you see, you could probably see how they are over there by the well. And once we fence that whole section in, that'll be good that they don't go over to the well, because cows are big and they can be a nuisance. Look, this one's over here messing with the chickens. All of our animals, they could just do whatever they want. The only ones that can't do whatever they want are those boys over there in that pasture, which is good because they're even more of a nuisance. These babies, they just want to, you know, they just want to eat grass. Except this one here. She's a baby nuisance. I say baby, she's almost 2 years old. She'll be 2 in April. Isn't that crazy? Look how small she is. She is so stinking small compared to her mama. Abby, come here. Abby, come here. Come here, Abby. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. My little cutie pie. My little cutie pie. You're so cute, Abby. You are so cute. Huh. Huh. You're just a cute girl. Abby's a good girl. I'm hoping Abby's pregnant. We have been waiting almost 2 years for a cow to get pregnant. Daisy, she had Abby 2 years ago almost, and we've had a bull ever since then. And I have seen him try to mount, but I have not actually seen them mount. I've seen him try to mount Abby, but I've never actually seen it. But I feel like they do it more at night. I don't know, like even now, I feel like I saw them both go into heat last month, but sometimes cows will act like they're in heat when they're pregnant. So I'm really hoping that at least Daisy is pregnant. Somebody needs to give me some milk. Somebody. And if I don't get, if we don't have any babies soon, we might have to rehome, and I would rehome Daisy before I would rehome Abby, just because I like Abby's size better. And for a small homestead, if we ever ended up with a bull calf, we would grow him out for meat. So obviously if we had a female calf, everybody loves small cows, and you can see, look at the size difference. I want to say she's almost 4 years old, and she's 2 years old, but she hasn't grown since we've gotten her. She's always been that size. So it's just crazy to me how small Abby is. But I love that. Of course, with Zeke being a miniature zebu, all of his offspring are going to be small. So the two of them mating is definitely, it's going to be a good thing for our farm once we can get it to happen. So we'll see. Just the waiting game. And of course, cows are pregnant for 9 months. And that's why I say that I hope that somebody is pregnant soon, because the wait for them to have the baby is forever. And of course, we can't get any milk until the baby comes. So that's the dilemma. And it's like, why? We're not feeding them that much grain, so it's okay. We were feeding them grain, but now that they're loose, there's lots of grass for them to eat. So they really don't need grain. And they weren't getting a ton of grain anyways. They only got like maybe 2 to 3 cups a day per cow. So it's not much. They're good. They look healthy. They don't look skinny. They're doing just fine. But again, we don't want to have to feed them grain either. Once I know for sure that they're pregnant, I will start giving them some grain. The girls anyways. I tried to do the fist bump to see if I feel anything in there, and I don't yet. So we're just waiting. You see them? These two. These two right here. Oh, that was not nice. But anyways, that's kind of it for today. I just wanted to show you that all the goats were running rampant. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. Don't forget to leave your comments down below of any kind of suggestions you might have for our barn area and fencing area. Maybe you've done this more than we have and you have a better idea or better plans than we do, and we'd love to hear that. So yeah, please leave that down below, and until next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you then. Bye guys.